So I'm going to be talking about my experience going through paranesia, which is a finger infection. I went through that last year. I'm going to talk about not so much about my experience, but what I've learned from it that I can teach you guys or remind you guys to help ensure that my learnings are spread to other people, because what I went through was pretty tough, but I got some lessons out of it that I want others to know about, so that they can then apply those to their own life to ensure a more smooth experience for life in general, really. So basically, one thing I definitely learned was I learned not to take health for granted. Like, even being a young person, I always had the mindset that I could skip eating healthy or skip exercising or skip taking care of wounds straight away, because things can happen no matter what age you are. So it's important to do what you can in your control to ensure that you're as healthy as possible. So nowadays I eat healthy, I exercise, I get onto things straight away, because I probably left my finger infection for a couple of days longer than I should have, and in that mindset of being a man and being tough, but that doesn't go a long way into healing, because you can have those thoughts, but it doesn't control the healing process. Like, if you're a man, get things checked, eh? So like now, if I ever have something I'm concerned about, I get it checked straight away. Like, I went to the doctors not long ago to get something else checked, and it was cleared and it was all good. But yeah, I know for me at least, as a male, it can be easy to just assume that because I'm tough mentally, I'll be able to get through it. I don't need anyone to help me with that. But the reality is that sometimes we need a hand, and it's actually tough and strong and resilient to actually allow that to happen to you, and that's what makes you better. So just a piece of advice there. And I would say also, now I intentionally think about how lucky I am to not be in hospital, not need surgery, not need this or that, because I got it dealt with. And I think that it's so important to realise that, like, if you're standing, if you can sit, if you can lie without pain, if you can live life in good health, then you're very lucky. Like, people are struggling in the hospital big time, and it just goes to show how important it is to be grateful for being in good health and being in good, So I spend more time now thinking about how lucky I am to be healthy, and so that's a lesson I took, is to not take it for granted and to really cherish when I complain too much. Just to know that I'm in good spirits and I'm in good health, and I can move freely, and I can stand up and sit down and things like that. So, and just to ensure that I continue to eat healthy and drink well, and I suppose also another thing is, I don't know what it is, but I've always felt guilty for letting others know that I'm struggling, whether that's mental health or physical health. So in this case, obviously, it was a physical health problem where I got a finger infection. I had to stay in hospital for over a night to get it sorted, and I just tried to keep it quiet, because I felt guilty when I know that other people have gone through worse things health-wise, and I just had a good feeling that I was going to survive anyway. So I was like, what's the point in telling families so often? But I think what I learned from that is that it's so important to keep your loved ones in the loop, because then you can lean on to them for support, and they can help you with their words, prayers, whatever it is. And if you don't let them know, then you can feel isolated, and it can feel more of a challenge. I'm lucky to have my partner Georgia there, but I reckon just letting your family know as well is important, because they care about you, and it doesn't matter if it's a small thing or a big thing, they're here for you. So, and they want to help before things get worse. Whether that's by praying or just sending a lovely message, that can help a lot, and that can keep you in good spirits. So that's the lesson I've taken for the future. But yeah, so that's my experience. I've been pretty lucky not to have many health problems, but going through that sucked. But obviously, those are some lessons that I learned through it that I'm going to apply to my life, and now I'm not going to take for granted being in good health. And so, yeah, that's just some advice I give to you guys. Take it or leave it. Take it with a grain of salt, but just some things to think about that I wish I knew sooner, but now I know them, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful that I'm well. And yeah, take care, guys.